There are many types of nonverbal communication. Nonverbal communication is basically making inferences about somebody or something of what you visualize with your eyes and not what somebody has directly told you about themselves. The way people look affects how we think of other people, just how we look affects how we think of ourselves. So, if you've ever heard of the halo effect, which is a cognitive bias that was found out by Edward Thorndike, he says that the overall appearance of somebody affects the thoughts and feelings we have about that person. So, for example, where appearances like facial expressions and everything, if somebody always looks upset and mad, somebody might infer that they're like a mean person, that they're never happy. Maybe I don't want to spend time with them. Maybe I don't want to get to know them. While clothing and grooming, for example, is another thing with appearance. If somebody's wearing worn down clothes and they have like a scraggly beard or something, people might infer like, oh, they probably have a bad home life. Maybe they live in like a trailer park. Maybe they don't have enough money to support themselves. That kind of thing. People infer what they see, not on what they heard. So instead of going up and asking, like, oh, like, who are you? What do you do for a living and everything? They just think, oh, that person is not probably the best person to hang around. Posture is another thing. Have you ever seen in movies where, like, for example, a jock is leaning against a wall or something, he kind of holds himself high, that kind of thing. People might think, oh, that's the kind of guy I want to hang out with. That's the cool guy. Dress code is also another thing with inferring about people with their appearance. So say you're going into an interview and the employer sees you in sweatpants and just a t-shirt and it's like a professional job. They might think, oh, they aren't qualified for this job. They don't take this seriously enough. When maybe, you really need that job and that's all you have right now. And you really are qualified for that job. Body shape can also be a huge factor with how people think of you based on inferences with the nonverbal communication. So, for example, a lot of movies, again, for example, people like the men will say, oh, she's curvy. I like her. I'm gonna go flirt with her. While, others, like, if you see somebody that may be obese or something, they tend to stay away from them and tend to make fun of them or something, when maybe they're actually a really nice person and the curvy girl might be a terrible person for that person. Characteristics that are observed can also infer about how somebody feels or thinks about somebody. So, for example, if that person is feeding the pigeons in Central Park or something, they may think, oh, maybe they're lonely. Or somebody else might think, oh, they're so nice, they're feeding the pigeons, when really you need to walk up to them to find out what kind of person they are. And maybe you're right. Another characteristic could be, oh, that person works out a lot and everything, so maybe they're like a cheerleader or something. So again, basically, there are a lot of nonverbal communications, and based on body shape and physical appearances, a lot of different inferences can be made. So, thank you.